Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Brian. In today's video, we're going to take a look back in 2025 and do a year in review. So we start off with our channel that began in 2020, just around the time of COVID. We made a couple really good videos that took off. One was a steps tool that's still one of our top performing videos today. And another one was the restoration of a handsaw that many people liked as well. Life got busy and we pretty much left the channel alone for a while. We started the channel back up in July of 2025. This was an exciting time for us. We made our first video. It was not very good, but we continued on and we started working on a whole series of videos. Some of the first ones that were notable were videos on using knockdown hardware. So the knockdown hardware videos were made looking at a skateboard rack and also an antique looking plate rack that was made from quarter sawn oak. Another funny thing was when we started back up, we were trying to figure out what was this new YouTube thing called a short. How do we make a short? How does it get classified as a short? And we made several 2-minute videos that did not get classified as a short, but they were short videos. In August, we began to split our time between projects and fundamentals. Now for projects, we made a coat rack that had box joinery on the sides. Very aesthetic, made out of red oak. For fundamentals, we looked at how to sharpen a dovetail saw. So we looked at filing and sharpening it. Those videos were followed by a CNC project on a double-tiered shelf made out of hard maple. We also did a video on using a handsaw, just a handsaw basics and how to cut straight. For the remainder of August, we did 2 videos. The first one focused on some practice that you can do with a handsaw so that you can lay out and practice cutting dovetails by hand. Our next video looked at the use of a hand tool called a plow plane. We focused on sharpening, setup, and how to make grooves in your woodworking projects. At the end of August or beginning of September, we began to post a video every day. This was either a short or a long form video. The early videos in September focused on some good workshop hand tools. The first one was a card scraper, how to sharpen it, how to use it, and how to eliminate a lot of the sanding that you might need to do. We then looked at the fundamentals of a chisel. In particular, we focused on flattening the back, sharpening the front, and creating a primary and secondary bevel. This allowed us to create a process for sharpening or resharpening that is very simple and very quick. We made several projects in September, the first of which was this minimalist shelf. Some of the fun features of this minimalist shelf is it goes together without any fasteners. It has a nice decorative edge. On the back side, we looked at putting keyholes in there so you did not need to attach any hardware. Our next project was a wall-mounted kids bookshelf. Similar to this aesthetic minimalist shelf, we showed how to put keyhole fasteners in with your router table. We then took a look at a fundamental tool in our workshop, and that's our hand plane. We looked at how do we make adjustments to our hand plane so we generate very thin, fine shavings. We next used a series of tools, the chisel, the bow saw, and a crosscut saw to show you how to cut curves in wood. We followed that with a video on how to use a spoke shave to smooth out the curves. We also showed you how to sharpen the spoke shave and to set the depth of cut. I almost forgot that we also did a video on a big sturdy step stool made out of quarter sawn white oak. We made these, and when I'm looking back, I'm surprised that I didn't have one before. The ones they sell in the stores I really don't like. I like these because they're cheap, easy to use. We made them ourselves, and it's become one of the most used tools in our workshop. So if you get a chance to check out the video, you can make one yourself, and I think it'll help your woodworking. The next jig that we made to help our woodworking was a bench hook. The bench hook is a simple device here that pushes up against the edge of our bench, and we can use it to cut 90 degrees and 45-degree angles. Our video discusses some common uses for the bench hook and also shows you how to make them. We then did an entire video on picture frames. We showed you how to generically size picture frames to an arbitrary picture size. We also showed the making of picture frames using both hand tools and power tools. We then did a video on the 10 hand tools that every beginning woodworker needs. This resulted in a lot of fun conversation. For the remainder of October, we focused on hand planes. The first video looked at how do we eliminate track marks whenever using our hand planes by creating a camber on the blade. Our second video looked at how do we use our hand planes on a Festool MFT table. November was kicked off by a project video on this desktop bookshelf. The desktop bookshelf has a wedge mortise and tenon on the end. This makes for some fun in making the joinery as well as putting it together. For much of November, we were on the kick of making projects. We did some video on some coasters and laser engraving different designs on the coasters, and we followed that by making a series of 6 different crosses. This is the angled cross, which ended up being my favorite. A fun feature of the crosses video was you were able to make them, all of them, with a simple bench hook. We ended November with a video on the setup, use, and sharpening of a cabinet scraper. We kicked off December with looking at a shooting board and showed you a trick to help you do shooting on 45-degree angles that keeps the boards from slipping. Our next project was a Craftsman style bookshelf. This is a bookshelf I had in mind for quite a while, and I finally took the time to make it and enjoyed the process. It was quite fun. This was followed by the restoration of a Stanley 903 wooden tool chest. It is about 100 years old. This particular tool chest had cracks in it. It had box joints that were falling apart. We showed how to restore it, and now we're on the process of searching for all the tools. While restoring the Stanley 903 tool chest, we wanted to keep all the original hardware, but the handle was corroded quite a bit. We stumbled upon an idea that was helpful in replating the brass on the handle. This was followed by a video where I switched places with the cameraman and we looked at upcycling skateboards into coasters. And a final video for the year was on how to clean your table saw blade using a simple non-toxic biodegradable cleaner. This worked really well and I was happy with it. Some of our biggest videos were the tool reviews, and I haven't mentioned those videos yet. The first one was on the Festool Domino. I've owned this tool for about 7 years and used it in a wide variety of applications. This video focused on many of the common uses. We also added in corner connectors, or Festool's version of the knockdown hardware. I also looked at some fun ways that I haven't seen others use to do 3 additional things with your Festool Domino that would be fun and helpful. We did another tool review on drill stops. We needed to buy a drill stop for a particular application, and so I went out and bought 5 drill stops and then made a comparison of several of the different types of drill stops that are available. Another review we did was on the woodpecker cross style jig. This particular jig allows you to put in knockdown hardware. We showed how to use this on a couple projects, and particularly the one that comes to mind is a skateboard rack. Fourth tool review video that we did was a comparison of sanders. We took an entry-level sander from Harbor Freight and we compared it with a Festool 5-inch random orbital sander. The difference was striking. Our last tool review for the year was the Festool table saw. This is a particularly interesting tool because it just came out on the market, or it's been out on the market just a few years here in the United States. Unlike many reviews that I came across, I used the table saw for a full year before I was willing to offer any opinions. If you've been following along in 2025, we thank you for watching us. We've had a great time making videos. In 2026, we hope to bring you some more fun and interesting content, and also show you how we finish up the restoration of this 48 Chevy truck.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to the Builditnotes family. Here's to another year of wonderful projects and sawdust-filled fun. Stay crafty. Mwah!